that you were placed in 7 concentration camps, including the Riga Ghetto, Kaiserswald, Popperwallen, Dundaga, Stutthof, Theresienstadt, and Buchenwald. Do you remember what your feelings were during that time and how that affected you?
Well, I was mainly concerned about the daily survival, you know. Would I have enough to eat and will I still be alive tomorrow? You know, that's what actually happened, you know. That was my main concern.
And how did you lose your family?
My family, my father and uncle were taken out of the house we lived in, and the first few days when the occupation came, the German occupation came, the Latvians came into our house and took out so my father and uncle were killed. And then we were taken, my brother and I were taken to the ghetto. We opened up the ghetto later on, and we were taken there, and then we were working outside the ghetto, but we were trucked, getting on trucks, going to slave labor every day, and we were doing this for about 2 years. And the last day, we came back from the slave labor in the evening, and nobody was there in the camp. They were all killed. They took them to the forest, and they had dug graves, and we didn't know about where everybody disappeared somewhere.
Did you ever feel any hatred towards the Latvians or Germans?
Yes, I did. Yeah.
And were you ever grateful towards the Russians who liberated them?
Well, of course, you know, we didn't know who was going to liberate us. We didn't know we were even going to get liberated. And we were, of course, we were glad. You know.
And wasn't there a time when you were just able to communicate to your brother who was kept in Russia, and the communication was censored?
After we were liberated, you know, 6 of us, you know, put on trucks to go to Russia and go into the Russian army. One of the reasons was when the Russians occupied Latvia, 1940 to 41, automatically everybody became a citizen. So when they found out we were from Latvia, they were going to put us in the Russian army. And 6 of us escaped, and they wound up in the American zone. Finally, it's a long story about that, how we wound up there, and then we were in the American zone in Salzburg, Austria.